Hi all, this is Aki from Gallery. This is something along the lines of 1317 Part 1. And tentatively speaking, we have a acceptable peace between Russia and the West. I have written a short explanation of the conditions, and unlike most treaties, this is something that I think is possible to do without a treaty, in that this is kind of a small shift in how the neutrals view the large countries, and this should result in the large countries requiring much less direct interaction, if you will, and this should have a greatly calming effect on the main world. Currently, the neutrals always, as far as possible, line up behind the United States, in that they think the United States is kind of like the large kid in high school that always makes all the trouble, and everybody doesn't want to be on his bad side, and they're just hoping that he fucks up and, they can laugh at him, but nobody wants to be the first guy to do it. That's how the neutrals view the United States at the moment. This is going to be changed so that the neutrals are the countries in front of the United States, not behind the United States. And they will be informing the United States well ahead of them actually becoming too belligerent towards any of the other main competitors, that they are becoming too belligerent. They will warn the United States in no uncertain terms that this situation is bad for the Western powers, instead of going behind the US and thinking, oh my god, I hope he fucks up so we can finally laugh at him. So this is kind of like the first part of the treaty. This should result in a situation where the United States doesn't feel like the rest of the world is ganging up on them, but rather that they are surrounded by a cloud of friendly nations with a few competitors whom they casually talk with. This should have a greatly reductive effect on the tensions of the world. The second part is that the Russians have agreed to stand down. They will no longer do things such as protecting their citizens in other countries, buzzing US carriers, and so on. All of this kind of activity is as far as is possible. I can't guarantee that they will do this, but I can't guarantee these things in general. But this treaty is a good one if they do follow it. They will no longer do these kinds of things because these will be taken by the minor nations. So when, for example, Russia feels legitimately encroached upon by the United States, we will see a minor nation perhaps do something annoying to the US military instead of having Russia do something annoying, because that is not a good thing to do. It's not a good thing for, in this particular viewpoint, for the accused to be the one to annoy the police officers. We need a crowd with like banners outside of the prison, and that's kind of like what we're aiming for. And the third part is music maestro. The third part is because a functional democracy actually cannot make a permanent treaty because the next government can overrule the treaty. You cannot have, in essence, a long-term treaty structure with a functional democracy because they retain the right for their population to change their opinions. You can, to an extent, have the treaty in a way where if one side breaks it, the other side gains bonuses and so on. But the idea is that a functional democracy can break treaties and can exit unions and alliances and so on because they respect the opinion of their population so much. But this isn't a treaty. This isn't a treaty that you can specifically break or not break. This is an ideology. this is an idea of how this situation can be solved by involving the neutrals in a balanced manner, so we don't have the risk of having a treaty that can be broken and then both sides can argue which side was wrong, which side was right or which side was wrong. So I'll be doing a flight. As far as I hope of or know of, this should be the thing. This, based on my spiritual, emotional, sleepy, cycles, everything that I have done for the past day seems to indicate that this treaty is workable. It's possible we'll find bugs in it, and it won't actually be workable, but for now, everyone seems to be kind of happy about it. It seems to be workable. So that's all we will be going with for now. I will be starting the flight by doing the carrier attack on the US as a neutral, and I will be switching from that to possibly going something along the lines of electromagnetic, perhaps. Of course, I won't actually be attacking a US carrier, you don't need to even point that out, but I will be doing the kind of, say, something along the lines of finding a US-owned mega corporation and sending their chairman a spam joke. I don't know, something. I'll find something appropriate with the spirit, but it's not in a rush. So I will be listening to all these things and seeing what I actually hear, what is the alterations that happen moment to moment. Glorious response from the US and the world community. They were a tiny bit too slow to respond, but they did good. They were a tiny bit slow to respond. Let's see what the world community offers as a response.
Lainaa pienempään ja isompaan.
Expect to see you back.
You know, without the King's army. Knife.
Typical. I save our bacon and you're sitting here waiting by a devil's trap. Seriously, I just killed 2 of Crowley's men. I could have gone the other way on that.
It's true, incidentally. There's other demon's blood on that blade.
Look, I'm simpler than you think. I figured one thing out about this world, just one, pretty much. You find a cause and you serve it. Give yourself over and it orders your life. Lucifer and Yellow Eyes, their mission was it for me.
So what, we should trust you? Because you wanted to free Satan from hell?
I'm talking cause, douchebag, as in reason to get up in the morning. Obviously, these things shift over time. We learn, grow. Now, for me, currently, the cause is bringing down the king. And I know I'll need help to do it.
Crowley ain't the problem this year.
When are you gonna get it? Crowley's always the problem. He's just waiting for the right moment to strike. I know what I'm supposed to do. And it isn't screw with Sam and Dean, or lose the only angel who go to bat for me.
This is good. Harmony, communication. Our only problem is Hester.
What?
Well, here we're hidden from the garrison, but when you kill the demon, you put out a pretty clear beacon.
We need better angel proofing now. You took the prophet from us?
I'm sorry.
You have fallen in every way imaginable.
Please, Castiel, we have to follow the code. Help us do our work.
We can't help you. We can't help anybody.
We don't need his help or his permission. The Keeper goes to the desert tonight.
Whoa, back off. We're actually trying to clean up one of your angel's messes. You know that.
He's right. An angel brought the Leviathan back into this world. They begged him not to do it.
Look, just give us some time, okay? We will take care of your prophet.
Why should we give you anything? After everything you have taken from us? The very touch of you corrupts. When Castiel first laid a hand on you in hell, he was lost! For that, you're going to pay.
Please. They're the ones we were put here to protect.
No, Castiel. No more madness! No more promises! No more new gods!
Hester, no! Please! There's so few of us left.
You wanted free will. Now I'm making the choices. What? Someone had to.
Look exhausted.
And starving. It's been a tough sweet 16. So you believe me? You'll help me?
If you really want help.
Что думает противник? Правда ли?
It is.
I doubt you remember your commitments. The consulate in Leningrad. Along with your wife. I'm very sorry.
What gives you the right to fire on my ship? Your signal said nothing but torpedo.
It was necessary to maintain the illusion for your crew.
My crew are being rescued, yes?
As we speak.
You sent the signal.
That's correct, sir.
Then how did you know our reactor accident was false?
Well, that was a guess, but it seemed logical.
Very well. I present you the ballistic missile submarine Red October. My officers and I request asylum in the United States of America.
It's a pleasure, sir. Bart Mancuso, USS Dallas.
Torpedo! The Americans are shooting at us again!
Pitch is too high. Torpedoes Russian.
What?
What up, Bullwinkle? Just a little why I call your boys awake.
What? Cass is awake.
When? When?
Last night about 8.
And you waited till now to call us?
I've been busy with Cass. It's just a tad different than when he dozed off.
What do you mean different?
Hey, Seacrest. Guess what? Not a nurse. Just playing one on TV. One answer, start driving.
Great. So, Indiana?
Yeah. 8 o'clock last night.
Yeah. Same time we opened up that thing.
Netistä voi käydä katsomassa ja lataamassa etukäteen esimerkiksi sellaisesta netistä Thingiverse.com. Eli sieltä voi esimerkiksi ladata ilmoitteeksi joitain malleja ja sitten tulee sitten tuo ja laittaa tuonne sisälle. Ja jos ei ole etukäteen ladannut, niin tuosta toi läppäri, jos nollan takana, niin siitä voi esimerkiksi ladata sieltä netistä niitä ikuja. Itse asiassa tää verstas, mistä nyt puhutaan, niin tämähän ei vielä ole niin aukas yleisölle. Ja tuossa on tarkkaan sitä
Bandwidth and usage limitations on faster-than-light communications in Nullsec were lifted by the SCC earlier this week. This marks the end of the 2 months blackout, which was primarily caused by drifter attacks on FTL infrastructure and quantum-entangled 4-helium supplies across Nullsec. While communications have now been fully restored, Concord officials warn that communication service levels remain subject to change, possibly at short notice. The Triglavians have expanded their invasion into low-sec regions as Khanid, Aridia, and Moldenheath have come under attack in the last week. Reports from the fronts are mixed, but defenses seem to be holding. Low-sec systems in Genesis and the Forge have also been hit by new attacks as the Triglavians continue their pattern of shifting attacks around New Eden. These new fronts are in addition to continuing incursions into high-security space by Triglavian world arcs and widespread scouting forces. The Scope has acquired new footage from a previously unknown abyssal dead space pocket. The imaging data appears to show an array of construction yards with a high level of activity. There are no completed ships visible in the footage, but comparisons with the Vexor, which entered the pocket and provided the footage, suggest the Triglavian ships being constructed can be rated as capital ships. The structural components that have been laid down so far also appear to correspond to schematics from intercepted Triglavian messages. The intention behind this new shipbuilding activity remains unknown, but analysts believe the Triglavians are responding to the course of the war so far and preparing to change their tactics. In other news, extensive renovations and a major expansion project have started on the Jita 44 Caldari Navy Assembly Plant. Contracts for all aspects of the project were recently awarded to the PKN Interstellar Consortium, led by the CBD, LIDI, and NOH Megacore. By far the busiest trade hub in New Eden, the expansion of the station has long been considered overdue. The amount of daily traffic and storage requirements have caused overstretch for years, and much activity unrelated to trading or the naval facilities has progressively been relocated to other stations in Jita. The project's phased program of expansion is expected to take at least 12 months. This is Alton Havery reporting for The Scope.
You really stepped in it, kid. Oh, man.
All I know is this is...
He's Lincoln.
Well, he's supposed to. Problem is, he's got multiple personalities. All of them Lincoln.
I was born in 200 log cabins.
Damn you, YouTube, for missing my joke.
Let me guess. He thinks he's Lincoln.
Well, he's supposed to. Problem is, he's got multiple personalities. All of them Lincoln.
I was born in 200 log cabins.
Whoop.
supposed to keep.
Good luck.
But you don't know what it is. Open it.
Never ever stop. You will hear me when I come, when I pop my cherry gum. I will never stop, pop, never ever stop, pop. You will hear me when I come, when I pop my cherry gum. I will never stop, pop, never ever stop, pop. So, oh, 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 I taste so sweet, I can get enough. So here we go, oh, 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 oh. I taste so sweet, I can get enough.
Season 2 of Cobra Kai strikes hard and shows no mercy. It's impossibly good. Bring it on. Cobra Kai. Season 2 now streaming free, only on YouTube.
shit, the mad fat chick killer.
Can't believe how fast we're traveling, Mr. Excellent. What's he doing?
Shithead here watched Empire and Jedi last week, and ever since he's been trying to do the Jedi mind trick. Crazy fuck thinks he'll levitate shit with his thoughts. Knock it off.
The Force is strong with this one.
Dude, don't encourage him.
So I was just telling TS here we gotta find Jay and Silent Bob. If there's anyone that can help us out, it's the two guys that have even less to do than us.
What is this shit? Everyone's looking for us today. We're ducking Trisha because she wants to talk to Obi-Wan here about her video setup.
Why him?
Silent Bob's an electrical genius. He won the science fair in 8th grade by turning his mom's vibrator into a CD player using some chicken wire and shit. Motherfucker's like MacGyver. No motherfucker's better than MacGyver. Knock it off.
And it's that kind of smarts we need, right, Moby?
Get me out of this.
So we need you to embark on a little sabotage mission on behalf of TS's love life. You know about this game show thing they got going on here? Well, we need you guys to somehow ensure that it doesn't happen.
Is that it? We're gonna do that anyway.
Really, why?
What else are we gonna do? Silent Bob here stole a schematic of the station, some foolish carpenter, and found a weakness just like the fucking Death Star. He figures here, he pulled his crossbeam out, fucking biggity bam, the whole stage comes crashing down.
Well, we were thinking about something simple, but if you want to destroy the stage, hey, we're all for that.
Only problem is the Force.
Who's the Force?
You don't know the Force is? They don't know the Force is. Force is only the most feared security guard in the business, man. 460 collars, all convicted. He's even got 2 kills.
Holy shit, I never thought I'd see the day when 2 such highly reputable mischief makers as yourselves douse their drawers at the side of a mall security guard.
Shit, bitch, we're gonna bust up that stage like a high school kegger. We're just gonna outwit the Force X-Men style.
Should I call you Logan, Weapon X?
No, Wolverine, snickty, snoring.
What he's doing is imitating Wolverine's berserker attack with his adamantium claws.
100%.
Yes. All right, guys, you have your mission. Go forth. Like havoc.
Bye, baby kitties. Damn, Silent Bob, show some heart. It's better. We're on the job.
Thanks. I have to admit, I'm shocked you didn't try to dissuade them.
What if I actually thought for a second they could pull it off?
Oh, ye of little faith. Want a cookie?
I'm gonna watch this ad.
Little news for you. Something of a treat. Are you ready to travel a Lazaroth on your own 2 feet? We're going back to a place where anything can kill ya. So polish your shield, sharpen your axe. We're going back to the
No Leroy this time. Leave. It's gonna take a long time for Winamp to load.
I know you should have picked a better cover story than a sick wife.
See? What'd I tell you? We'd always thought the deadline for going public was the publication of the budget, since we've spent more money than we can hide. The budget comes out in 2 weeks. I don't suppose I could convince you to sit on this for 2 weeks.
No such thing as 2 weeks in the news business.
And I can't appeal to your sense of what's in the nation's best interest.
I always thought the truth was in the nation's best interest.
You want to hold it? What if we go public in 48 hours? Now that's doable, isn't it? That would be very difficult, Mr. President. Morton, if she knows, how long can it be before CNN or the Post breaks the story? Now, this was never going to be a secret as long as you wanted it to be. Give us 2 days, Mr. Turner. You'll get second row center at the White House press conference. Now, from what I know of your career, that's a promotion.
I want exclusivity.
Now, listen, young lady. This is a presidential favor. I'm letting you go because I don't want another headache. And I'm trusting you because I know what this can do for your career. It might seem that we have each other over the same barrel, Miss Lerner, but it just seems that way.
I want the...
Want?
May I? May I have the first question?
We'll see you Tuesday, Miss Lerner.
So let's talk about it.
Or what? Oh, the, talking board? It's fine. I get it, I guess.
No, not that. Look, I heard you.
Heard me what?
What happened in the brewery, Dean?
Nothing. It was just my imagination.
Dean, look, I know something happened. I just want you to be straight with me.
The blade was across the room and then it was in my hand. And then my beer drank itself. Oh, and then that page magically appeared on the bed. And then Bobby's book fell down and out popped the number of the guy who found Cass. Nothing, I'm sure.
Clearly.
Well, then what? Sam, is Bobby here or not?
You know what I think, Dean? I think that regular people, they see ones they lost everywhere too.
Yeah, freaking ghosts.
Or they just miss them a lot. I mean, they see a face in the crowd, we see a book falling off the table. The same thing, Dean. I did. The talking board, I ran plenty of EMF. When that beer went poof, I went a little nuts.
Yeah, why didn't you tell me?
Like I said, a little nuts at the time.
All right, well, if it wasn't Bobby, then what Jedi'd that sword into my hand?
The shoujo slammed the door from across the room. Maybe it was trying to grab the sword, too.
Right. Right, I mean, if it was Bobby, he would let us know. I mean, who knows more about being a ghost than Bobby? Instant Swayze, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, so your theory is that we're practically regular people about something for once. All right. Well, you want to grab some brunch and some brews?
Oh, no, I'm so hungover. Let's just hit the road.
All right.
Dear Mother of God.
Grew up on a town pretty much like this. It was good to be back in the saddle again. I'll be ready to hit the reins with you anytime, partner. I sent you the 3 movie passes for whole family entertainment.
We've discovered biology.
It is with emotion and pride that I announce the capitulation of those who yesterday imagined that they would subjugate us. Let us celebrate our victory and come together to honor those who died for the greatness of our country.
Nice.
You summoned me to send you packing? I have a heavy agenda too, you know.
There's a family reunion.
Ihr habt die Kühltechnik entdeckt.
This invention is the most expensive one I have ever found.
Inconvenience.
It's like dogs barking.
Has descubierto la agricultura.
Work material must be good, huh? Is this shit?
If you have money problems, please do not ask rhetorical questions in future, okay?
This area looks like trouble.
Bad. Coming from you, it makes me very happy. I don't believe I'll sleep a wink tonight.
I cannot do this. I will not do this.
You want to? Hey, we exchange it for a small check. Alright, bad. Okay, well, still take your drink. Second-hand dealer might be interesting.
I can't open it. This got wasted. It's kind of like having that thing alone.
Right then, that would leave the matter of compensation now, wouldn't it? You will have to better my current arrangement.
Got trouble here. Out of bullets. I need all the ammo I can get.
Now that you've built a temple, you can research taxation upgrades to increase your wealth. Taxation is tied to the percentage of the map that you control. The more territory you control, the more wealth you will receive.
Wie habt ihr Maschinen bauen entdeckt?
Has descubierto la medicina.
You've got saying that to me. To think of it, though, coming from you, it doesn't surprise me. I have to go.
No.
Next time you hear from me, it'll be through the press. so long. I was frantic, and I repented.
I'm never giving you a soul spark!
So unwise. I got you, boy. Hold on to the cube.
That's one troop down.
Disgusting. Sam. You risked your life to protect the cube.
No sacrifice. No victory.
If I cannot defeat Megatron, you must push the cube into my chest. I will sacrifice myself to destroy it. Get behind me. It's you and me, Megatron. No, it's just me, Prime. At the end of this day, one shall stand, one shall fall. You still fight for the weak. That is why you lose.
Fighter jets in 60 seconds. We got friendlies mixed with bad guys. Targets will be marked. Bring the rain.
Remember, aim low. Armor's weak under the chest.
Target marked, still waiting.
Time on target, 20 seconds.
F-22s were still waiting.
Put the cube in my chest now! Sam! No, Sam! You left me no choice, brother. Sam, I owe you my life. We are in your debt. Prime, we couldn't save him. Oh, Jazz. We lost a great comrade, but gained new ones. Thank you, all of you. You honor us with your bravery.
Permission to speak, sir.
Permission granted, old friend.
You speak now? I wish to stay with the boy.
If that is his choice.
Yes.
Gentlemen, the President has ordered Sector 7 be terminated, and the remains of the dead aliens disposed of. The Laurentian Abyss is 7 miles below sea level, deepest place on our planet. Massive depth and pressure there, coupled with sub-freezing temperatures, would crush and entomb them, leaving no evidence.
With the Allspark gone, we cannot return life to our planet. And fate has yielded its reward. A new world to call home. We live among its people now, hiding in plain sight, but watching over them in secret, waiting, protecting. I have witnessed their capacity for courage, and though we are worlds apart, like us, there's more to them than meets the eye. I am Optimus Prime, and I send this message to any surviving Autobots taking refuge among the stars. We are here. We are waiting.
I repeat, Reuben T. Satan is by far the worst piece of work Lucifer has ever sent to represent him on God's earth. I won't work with him.
Si en las demás ciencias hubiéramos de obtener la certeza sin dudas y la verdad sin errores, nos correspondería basar el conocimiento en las matemáticas.
Dimmi cosa mangi e ti dirò chi sei.
I need help, amigo.
Shoot it straight up and bring her straight back down. I'll program the coordinates for this place into the control panel and scoot out by the elevator. Sounds like a plan to me.
God damn! Mission accomplished!
That's the way it's done.
À votre service.
Vous avez découvert la boussole.
It has been said that democracy is the worst of all governments, except all the others. Ready for action.
Your knowledge of the esoteric mysteries of the world is completely surprising. You manage to see through the thick mesh of reality and identify the invisible. I perceive in you the scars of the eye. Hooray, you can join our brotherhood.
They are dead now, but it is not normal to find them here.
Many people are left in the streets. It is absolutely necessary to do something.
Got it.
Se dici il vero, metti un piede nella stanza.
There are a number of paths to victory in Rise of Nations. In this scenario, there are two common ways to win. The first way involves having 70% or more of the territory under your control. You can check your current percentage in the bottom right corner of the screen. The second way to win involves capturing the enemy capital. In order to do this, build units at the barracks, stable, and siege factory, and attack the enemy capital.
Vicky. I'm gonna need a plaster. A big plaster. I am at my destiny. How will you use me now?
Vous avez découvert l'industrialisation.
Start by fulfilling your promises, and then we'll see.
Tell me what to do.
Hai scoperto i mass media.
La totalité est plus que la somme des parties. La perfection est atteinte, non pas parce qu'il n'y a plus rien à ajouter, mais lorsqu'il n'y a plus rien à retirer.
Meditation bedeutet Weisheit. Mangelnde Meditation bedeutet Ignoranz. Wisse, was dich voranbringt oder hemmt.
I found something to shoot.
Ready.
Only thing not funny is the Doodle had destroyed all his wares while blowing himself up.
Let's get down to work.
Давайте уже что-то сделаем.
Laus.
And how can I forget the troubling news of Stogie's passing? Every time I light up a Cuban cigar, I shall remember that man fondly. And that could be for some time, as he forgot 3 boxes in my office.
Like, I'll do it, gladly.
Результат был вполне предсказуем.
I don't work with Sam Garber, and I never will. Fire him or I quit.
La artillería da dignidad a lo que de otro modo sería una vulgar pelea.
Они, видно, поняли, чем пахнет. Они оставили это место нам.
Doubtful. Very doubtful.
Fellow citizens, we need to face the facts. In today's world, the minimum wage no longer stimulates more purchasing power, and in particular, it imposes too heavy a burden on companies that are ready to hire. By lowering the minimum wage, my goal is to lessen these constraints and to stimulate the job market.
Why not play a game of whist while you're at it? Do you think that you can put me to sleep with your fake gossip? Not with me.
That would be a great honor. I'm eagerly awaiting my official nomination.
You've got me. Afghanistan is far, isn't it?
Your political lines have diverged very much from mine. I am truly sorry.